What's up, guys? So I'm headed to the range. So the last few weeks I've been doing load development with these cutting edge. These are the Maximus. These are the 180 grain for the 308, and I'm shooting these out of a 300 Win Mag. I picked up a new Browning 300 Win Mag that I'm going to be using for an upcoming elk hunt in the fall. So these are the bullets I wanted to use. As you can tell, I've shot quite a few of them, and I've had an issue with the gun kind of being inconsistent. Like I shot a 3-shot group of these in one hole, but then the next time I go out it's a 2-inch group. So not sure if it's the load, the gun, or me, or all three. As you can tell, I've shot quite a few of these already, but today I'm going to go out, I'm going to test some more loads, but I'm also bringing some ballistics gel with me, so we are going to see how these perform in the ballistics gel. So let's get out to the range and see how they do. Alright guys, so I use this old block as the front block. Had a couple baby wound tracks because this was the catch block a few times, but pretty clean. Obviously I hit high. Nice solid wound channel. And the bullet came in here, and there's a lot of fragments all the way back here, which is kind of crazy. I would expect to see more. I mean, we got a little bit of fragmentation up front, but not a ton. This one I need to clean up a little bit with the heat gun because it's hard to see, but that big wound channel carried pretty far here. And it looks like the base exited right here out of the top. So I'm going to line these back up and take another shot, see if we can catch the base. Alright, so I took the second shot. As you can see here, these exit wounds, I mean, it's very, it's like a line. Almost reminds me of something tumbling, maybe the base. So that second shot, trying to figure out how this block was. Alright, so the first, I think this was the first shot here. Oops. Second shot was a little bit more dead center. Not too easy to see. I'll get a better look when I get home. It looks like it's center punched here. I see fragments. I don't see the base. I'm gonna have to wait till I get home, hit this with the heat gun so I can get a better look at actually what happened, because it's hard to tell. But for now, it does look like pretty good performance, even though I did want to catch one of those bases. But it is what it is. Alright guys, so blocks are back home now. I can get a better look at things. So here's our first shot here. Very little neck. Pretty wide wound channel, but nothing crazy. And it just carries. It's weird because it almost looks like it gets skinnier right here. And then opens back up again. And as I showed you when we were out at the range, the way that the bullet exited this block, it almost looked like a line. Like the bullet was tumbling. But none of this really shows signs of tumbling. So we've got a couple little fragments here. I know it's hard to tell because this block is a little bit faded. So this is what a block looks like after you melt it about 4 times. That's one reason why I try to shoot them as many times as I can when they're new, because once you get to this, 1 or 2 more times, this thing's going to be kind of useless. But that bullet came through. Now this block was shot before going in this direction, or that direction. Today I had it as the backing block going this way, and normally the backing block almost gets no damage, right? You get a very small wound channel and then you'll just find the bullet. This actually carried in, so you could see where that wound channel, it's always hard to get the camera to really see it, but it comes in right here, and then right there is where that base exited the block. So we've got some fragments, nothing too crazy to see in here. Then the second bullet is down there, so I'll flip this over so we can get a better look at that wound channel. So you can see again, short neck. This one, the wound channel actually looks to be a touch wider. Got some fragments here, but not too many. And it just carries. And you could see from that slow-mo video too that the temporary stretch cavity actually carried into the second block, which you almost never see. So pretty impressed with that. This really should be a good elk bullet. So the bullet carried in. Now, it's hard to see here, but that wound channel, see, these two are the cutting edge. So that's that second shot there. A little bit of fragments. It came through. We got some more fragments. And as you can see from this arc here, you could tell from the slow-mo and from the screenshot of the temporary stretch cavity that base destabilized about here and right at the top of the block. So there's no measurements to take. I'm not really concerned about how far they went before exiting the block. There's actually some fragments all the way in here. So it's hard to say exactly what happened. Not a whole lot of fragmentation early. We got some late. Now, when I used the 90 grain cutting edge Maximus in my 6.8 SPC, it performed pretty similar in gel, where the petals kind of just started breaking off at random spots throughout the gel. But then I shot a bunch of deer with them, and in the deer, the entry holes were the size of a fist. So to me, that signifies that all the petals broke off in the beginning, because you're not getting a fist-size exit or entry hole without all those petals breaking off instantly. So I'm going to have to try to do like a meat test with these and see, do they perform in gel as they do on meat, or maybe make some regular organic ballistics gel, because the organic stuff is not as tough as this, so maybe the bullets will function a little bit differently. It's kind of hard to say. So next up will be the 7 Rem Mag. I got the 132 grain to test. So like always, guys, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.